Blood cluster in his mind. After he had the chance, I just couldn't really enjoy all that I recently began blasting gracious. No one addressed JGUC. When we see him and wish him all the great well-being. And ensure that you realize, hello, listen, we can't guess that next breath we don't have the foggiest idea. When we will pass on, after we leave this terrible stuff could happen, wasn't there like accounts of him playing your life well? It was plausible you realize I don't have any idea what will happen now. Yet you realize its areas of strength, for it definitely has there. Been any genuine news on what this ailment is? I mean, Jimmy Foxx is a youthful, lively, solid person. Hello, listen, in the event that we don't be aware at this point, they don't need us then, no doubt gracious. Might have you heard the most recent sensation from Cameron Diaz about Jamie's well-being? It turns out things are far more desperate than his internal circle believes us should prepare for the restrictive subtleties. People Diaz, who is a nearby compatriot of Fox, is by all accounts totally ignorant regarding his present status since he got confessed to the clinic. Could you at any point accept it? This stunning disclosure has sent the talk factory into overdrive, hypothesizing exactly the way in which serious his condition really is. One of Diaz's nearby amigos spilled the tea to day-to-day mail, saying Cameron has not addressed Jamie by any means and is clueless other than whatever she hears. The superstars were shooting scenes together days before he was hospitalized. The pair's joint movie task back in real life has been a magnet for discussion right from the beginning. Even before Fox's well-being emergency, the creation confronted various difficulties, making a climate of vulnerability and dissatisfaction. Diaz, who had been shooting scenes with Fox only days before his emergency clinic country, wound up in a condition of complete obliviousness in regards to the movie's momentum status. An elite source spilled the tea to everyday mail, uncovering that Diaz is completely dumbfounded, depending entirely on prattle and grapevine gab for any similarity to data. Yet in addition to the movie's inconveniences, have created a shaded area over Diaz's revisitation of the big screen. Her own Rebound project has been downright a thrill ride loaded up with sad occasions. The Insider uncovered that Diaz might try and re-examine getting back in the game by any means because of the series of misfortunes that have tormented her acting recovery. Cameron has not endorsed on for another movie and isn't as of now taking any new scripts. The buddy uncovered sincerely. She doesn't know what is the deal with back in real life and isn't exceptionally pleased with it, thinking about there was such a lot of show even before Jane was hospitalized. Word on the grapevine is that Cameron Diaz was nearly stopping representing the subsequent time. Yet things got really ugly while recording back in real life. Clearly, there were a few difficult issues blending in the background, which prompted extreme contentions among Cameron and Jamie Foxx right on set. By Cameron Diaz, James didn't make some simple memories preceding his health-related crisis. It has been accounted for that James had fallen a month sooner during recording in the UK, which got a few creation staff to be terminated. What's more, an insider additionally uncovered that James had been under such an excess of strain that even Cameron wasn't appreciating being around him. Jamie has totally been grieved all through the shoot. He wasn't enjoyable to be around, particularly for Cameron, yet presently, there appears to have been a valid justification for it. The insider said one more insider additionally talked on a similar saying, Jamie is being an all-out pill, and tragically, Cameron's enduring the worst part of his foul temperaments. Fox loathes that she is the focal point of consideration. Now Diaz is hauling around a robust heap of culpability as she thinks back on the botched opportunity to fix things up with Fox before his well-being experienced a plunge. The heaviness of regret is squashing her, and she can't resist the urge to want for an alternate result, yearning for when they might have made peace and settled their disparities in spite of the interest and expectation encompassing Fox's condition. Delegates for both Diaz and Fox have kept a hush approach, declining to give any remark or explanation with regards to this issue concerning the destiny of Back in real life. The source uncovered that After Creation has experienced huge mishaps, leaving the fate of the Netflix-subsidized film in limbo, with Foxx actually filling in. As a leader maker, the makers presently face an overwhelming test wrestling with the vulnerability encompassing his ailment. The difficulties appear to have tormented Back in real life. All along, reports arose of Foxx at epic implosion on put in the UK in a difficult spot in spring, bringing about the terminating of a few key individual, including a chief maker to Cheese. And surprisingly, his own driver. Yet the show didn't stop there. Evidently, James had been the objective for a trick. The film creation stopped after a plot to take £33,000 from Jamie Foxx. In a trick, a Rosa worker on set of the film was supposedly terminated, and an examination was sent off after they asked Foxx for £33,000 in real money. A source expressed that the staff member attempted to propose a Rolex watch as a feature of the arrangement, yet Foxx purportedly called the police on the representative. This film has been a bit of a horrible. There have been a ton of postponements, particularly with the weather conditions, thanks to shooting outside in London in winter. Yet the most recent issue is a smidgen more vile. One staff member has been sacked, and there are examinations after somebody attempted to gain admittance to £33,000 in real money from Jamie Foxx. It seems as if they attempted to propose a Rolex watch as a component of the arrangement, yet presently there's an examination concerning all that going on. Individuals will be happy when this thing at last wraps. The source said as though that isn't sufficient, there was additionally a bomb alarm at their shooting set in the UK. As per reports, Jamie's creation group found an unexploded, the second Great War bomb at the shooting site. This happened just before two significant activity scenes, including Jane, were shot. And as per sources, Cameron seemed focused as she arranged to film her most memorable scene since Foxx's terrifying health-related crisis and hospitalization. For setting the insight about Foxx's well-being alarm previously broke when his little girl Korean Foxx took to virtual entertainment in April to share an assertion. Corin uncovered that her dad had encountered an unexpected problem, yet guaranteed everybody that he was at that point on the way to recuperation on account of the brief and master clinical consideration he got. Sadly, the proclamation needed explicit insights concerning Foxx's condition, leaving fans and devotees pondering the gravity of the Situate country 7 days after the fact. An anonymous source via virtual entertainment asserted that Foxx's circumstance was undeniably more extreme than at first recommended. The source proposed that his drawn-out emergency clinic stay indicated a basic condition, suggesting that on the off chance that all were well, he could never have required such a lengthy time of clinical consideration. He wouldn't be in a medical clinic this long on the off chance that he was anything near OK. His loved ones are staying as optimistic as possible, yet planning for the most exceedingly awful. The source guaranteed anyway. Corin quickly answered these tales, utilizing her Instagram stage to put any misinformation to rest, posting the family's true assertion. She explained that her dad had been out of the emergency clinic for a really long time and was at that point headed for recuperation. To stress his advancement, she even referenced that he had been